Good, happy Tuesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your news and weather update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. Let's get started. Vandals damage cars, tiny home for veterans at Mercedes dealership. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Good evening to you, Josh. That camera is right here. When employees arrived at the dealership here on Gold Street, Manchester, this is what they were greeted with. 3 cars stripped of their tires and their rims. 2 were brand new. 1 belonged to a customer.
It is what it is. You know, what goes around comes around. We're not worried about it. We'll snap back.
Tire and rim theft at a luxury car dealership isn't likely to engender much sympathy. And General Manager Joel Ginsburg isn't asking for it. But there's more to this story.
They vandalized his home. They took some stuff out of it, and he's got his, memorabilia from the war strewn about here on the parking lot. Real sad.
Parked proudly next to $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 cars is this, a tiny home designed for homeless combat veterans.
They're 8 feet by 8 feet, and they have a shower, kitchen sink, hot plate for cooking, compost toilet, refrigerator, bed, and a flat screen TV goes on the wall with cable. And we're putting them on foundations with underground electrical, cable, TV, and water.
The portable, ultra space efficient shelter is the brainchild of Peter McDonald, a Marine vet who was homeless himself for 3 years after he got back from the Vietnam War.
I am upset because how could anybody want to do any harm to homeless combat veterans?
Peter met Joel Ginsburg at a fundraising event this year, and Ginsburg was impressed with Peter's passion and determination and offered to help promote the Tiny Home Project and, for every Mercedes sold between November and December, donate $100 to the Veteran Resort Chapel in Lee.
This dealership has been a miracle that to help these homeless veterans.
It likely won't take a miracle to track down the thieves. This dealership has surveillance cameras everywhere. 2 suspects are on the footage, and Manchester police are on the case.
It's well over $20,000 worth of rims and tires.
So here we are back inside one of those tiny houses here on the dealership. Some of that memorabilia has been put back inside the house tonight. The value of the tires and rims stolen overnight, around $20,000. Coincidentally, that's the amount of money that's been raised in the past 2 months that this tiny house has been sitting here at the dealership. It's here through the end of the month. We're live in Manchester. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Data breach of New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services discovered. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
We do have some breaking news. We're following from Concord. Sources tell WMUR political director Josh McKelvin that the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services is about to announce a significant data breach. Those sources say the hack happened in 2015 but was discovered in November. It includes personal information and records, but at this point the size of the breach remains unclear. We will be posting updates on WMUR.com and on our mobile app, and of course we'll have the latest on News 9 starting at 5.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher dies at 60. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Get quite what you wanted. That's why Verizon has the best deals of the year on the best network. Like a free smartphone when you add a line or switch. No trade-in required. Choose from the Samsung Galaxy J3, the LG K8, or Stylo, or the Moto Z Play, all free. And as if you needed another reason, switch to Verizon now and get up to $650 to cover your costs. There's still time to get exactly what you want at Verizon.
At 17, Carrie Fisher was turning heads in the film Shampoo, and just 2 years later,
I love you.
I know.
Fisher was best known for playing Princess Leia in the Star Wars trilogy, a role she reprised in 2015's The Force Awakens.
May the Force be with you.
Carrie Fisher was born Hollywood royalty. Her mother, screen legend Debbie Reynolds. Her father, popular singer Eddie Fisher. Over the years, the actress appeared in such films as When Harry Met Sally and wrote books like 1987's Postcards from the Edge, which she adapted into a movie starring Meryl Streep.
Rehab?
Off-screen, Fisher opened up about her personal struggle with drugs and bipolar disorder.
Losing your mind, which is what happened, is a terrible thing. But once it's gone, it's fine.
In the 80s, she was briefly married to singer Paul Simon. In the 90s, she and Hollywood agent Brian Lord had a daughter, Billy. Fisher said the role that made her so famous at 19 is the one she has never been able to shake.
And when people say to you, this, I get, Princess Leia, like I'm supposed to go, yes.
What do you do when people say that?
Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Stocks close well off highs, but NASDAQ ekes out a record. U.S. stocks ended slightly higher on Tuesday, kicking off the last trading week of the year on a positive note, with the NASDAQ composition setting a closing record. Obama at Pearl Harbor. Our allies with Japan has never been strong. 7 months after President Barack Obama traveled to Fukushima to pay his respect to the thousands who died there, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe did the same at Pearl Harbor Tuesday alongside Obama. In his speech, Obama reflected on the events at Pearl Harbor 75 years ago, while also paying tribute to the restored relations between Japan and the United States. Backpack that triggered Trump Tower evacuation was filled with toys. A portion of the Trump Tower in New York City was evacuated after a suspicious package, later deemed to be harmless, was found inside the building Tuesday. Just before 5 p.m., the NYPD said the backpack was found in a public space area in the Fifth Avenue building. Officers cleared parts of the building while investigators went in to see what was in the bag. A short time later, NYPD determined the package was safe. The bag was filled with children's toys, and all clear has been given by officers at the scene. Trump Tower is home to President-elect Donald Trump, who will be sworn into office in January. In the meantime, security has been greatly heightened in and around the tower. And now let's take a look at your weather for tonight. Your weather for tonight, mostly clear skies and cooler, lows in the 20s. And that does it for your news and weather update right here on the Riley King Radio Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.